The Revenue Mobilization, Allocation and Fiscal Commission recently paid a courtesy visit to World Bank headquarters, Abuja. The country's director, Shubham Chaudhuri, welcomed the team while reading out the vision and mission of the World Bank. He clearly highlighted its affiliation with the nation Nigeria.
Our mandate and our mission is to come in behind government. Right? And then the way I describe the World Bank as yes, bank. World Bank is our name, but we're really a development cooperative. Our members are 189 countries, and our mission is very simple: to help each of our 189 members and also owners. Nigeria is a shareholder, right? So we're owned, and so I think of ourselves as a development cooperative. And maybe not like a market women's cooperative quite, but similar idea that we're here to serve our members, shareholders. Obviously, concessional financing, but really it goes beyond. It starts from our mission, which is to help each of our member countries make progress in eliminating poverty and improving the lives of the bottom half.
In response, Chairman of the Commission, Mohammed Bello Shehu, spelled out its mandate as a commission, as well as areas for collaboration.
Is soliciting your organization to help set up a program related to the mandates of the Commission, similar to what you have done before in the mining sector, develop the capacity of the Commission staff through specialized and purpose-oriented trainings, and deploy possibly a technical advisor or revenue and fiscal matters to the Commission, even if it's on part-time basis. On this final note, I wish to express our heartfelt appreciation to you for the kind audience and assure that the partnership eventually granted will go a long way towards improving the performance of the aforementioned areas of the economy and the implication of revenue across into the integration. Thank you very much.
In terms of working together, partnership, let me say we would welcome, and we've given you a constitutional kind of specified role. I think this is critical. Revenue mobilization is the number one challenge from economic perspective. It's the foundation where everything else does. Right? We would love to work, given the fixed costs of developing, preparing, processing, obtaining approval for our programs, both in terms of an internal review process and then our approval by our board, which, as you know, is made up of executive directors representing all 189 countries, and then the requisite approval process at this end. So, National Assembly has to approve it as part of the external board. So any facility or credit that our board approves, and which for Nigeria to draw down on it, the National Assembly has to approve. We can talk further about, we have an existing program right now, which is to support kind of fiscal governance and institutions at the central government. It's called FGIP, FGIP. So you have the core kind of implementing agencies that are mission finance, the budget office. What are the immediate aims, objectives that you have, say, even in coming year? And I couldn't help notice that the Act empowers the Commission to demand and obtain regular and relevant information data from the two that caught my eye, NPC and CDA. This information is critical to Slovenia, right? So, if there are ways of kind of joining forces we've spent a lot of time using SCOUT, and we have our expert on this, Asami, who's been tracking and working on Nigeria's oil and gas sector since 2012.
They have the expert go over the data. If there is some disagreement, you take months. Where is this money? Why was this deduction? This is really very tedious, and so that's one area that I believe that the media can see how we can get this more.
Of your basic functions how can, if we can, share information, we can figure out, it's not going to be easy, but how to both structure requests for information, but also then maybe put in some added leverage from the financing that we might be linked to provision of such. And it's interesting, Larry just said there were three separate suggestions that you made. One is just how can we, what are ways in which, let's call it federal or national programs, can be designed to provide the right mix of carrots and sticks for subnationals or for other federal entities to mobilize revenue or to provide information, real-time information. Okay, so, and this is in fact what I was referring to when I described that we're working on a program, but that program is at the federal level actually. Now, it's essentially about carrots and sticks for federal entities. Okay? Just as CIFAS was for states. Right? The second thing you said is so that's one effort. Second effort is just how do you get access, how does the commission get access to just the real-time data, okay, so that you can better carry out your mandate in terms of monitoring, accruals, disbursements, etc. On that, through CIFAS and the requirements that have been made, and I'll ask Samir to say a little bit, lots of progress. For the first time, I think we have a consolidated picture of exactly what the states are spending money on. I don't quite know what the lands are and how to access, but Samir, if you could come. Samir, by the way, was one of the team leads for CIFAS. And the third thing you said is, assuming that the information comes in, how can your teams better analyze and process it and use it so that in the recommendations or assessments that you provide, they're high quality. So I think all three are promising. The one thing about CIFAS is the CIFAS program is actually now, after 5 years, is closing in June.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So we have a successor program, again with the states, but with a slight difference that now it's moved from kind of core fiscal management to thinking about how the states can do better in terms of the business enabling environment. Okay? And the idea again there is that's key both for IGR, revenue generation, but ultimately for jobs and poverty reduction. That you cannot have jobs and poverty reduction without private businesses flourishing. So this next program is about working with the states to say, look, these are the kinds of things you can do to increase, make it a more attractive environment for private businesses to come to your state, invest.
Yeah, thanks, Shubham. No, I think you mentioned, the link between CEFTAS and the new program SABRE. So as part of SABRE, actually, there are two very important, I would say, CEFTAS cornerstones, which are the publication of another financial statement and the preparation of a budget. So these will continue on the new project, which means, the carrot, the stick will stay there for at least...
It's become more of a stick now.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So it will continue for a couple of few years. Now the good thing also is without the stick or the carrot, so states have been now publishing budget implementation reports on themselves without any, incentive or follow-up. And I think one very important point to make on the availability of data at the state level, I think this is where NGF, the Nigeria Governance Forum, is a key entity, and I think they recently published or developed a fiscal database where they put all the expenditures at the function account classifications online. Now, one thing to think of is whether that also you can partner with them to do something more on the revenue side, because we have the data and the states have the data, so it's a matter of looking online and getting the data. So I think that would be a very good option to link up with NGF, because they have the capacity also to do that work, and I know they are also working with the budget office to to have an API that links the state data to the budget office, so there is a federation account. So I think the same what happens on the expenditure side can be done on the revenue side.
Thank you very much for giving a great audience to come and discuss with you. I'm really happy the way we received, the way we discussed, the way we are forming the committee to make progress for the benefit of us. If we are able to achieve what we have discussed, I'm sure I would have achieved a lot, and the three tiers of government will benefit immensely from the revenue we want to increase for the Federation.